I'm just building. Oh, this is going to take a little while. But whilst that's building, I can probably show you the old version, so you understand what's going on. So when we create a history, at the moment, for example, we can say, hey, I want to create a 25-year-old character or something, or you can change that to 18 or whatever. What this does is it generates the history up to the point at which you were born. So let's just keep an eye on the build in the background. There we go. Oh, did that other change that I make work? 4, 12, yes. 8, 10, 12. No, it didn't work. Yeah, let's see. 12, 13. Let's just make sure that's going to work. Right, I was showing you the game. So here's the generated version of history. The history generation has gone through a whole bunch of time, but then it has stopped at a particular point. So it stopped at 25 years before present day. That's the idea. Oops, sorry. So that you can create your character, and there are a number of different families that you could potentially be a part of. So we could be born at the Moon, London, Earth, Gale, and Curtis Viney Dean. Let's go for them. Right, so we've already got an older brother who's quite old, a lot older than us. So let's be born a girl. We are Georgina Dean, female London Earth, she's an infant. Okay, so now we're continuing to run the history generation in the background, but we are now including ourselves in the mix. Let's say we've got a mining engineer or a freelance trader. Let's take after our mother, Gail Dean. Okay, step forward. We're surprisingly strong, limber and quick, and of average stamina. Quite quick-witted, very steady and sensible, very charming and witty. Oh, nice. Good character. Right, so what are we going to struggle with at school? Struggling to hang out with friends, but then we'll probably put that back up again in a minute. Yeah, work hard at that, and then she comes back to charming and witty. Excellent. Okay, so now, keep going, Georgina. She's now 16, nothing really has happened to her, particularly at the moment. Right, so what are we going to do? Pretty uneventful schooling. Oh no, Gail died. I missed that. Oh, that's sad. That will definitely affect her when she's older. Oh, bless. Okay, so we've lost our mother. But let's take after her then. Let's take an apprenticeship, but let's stick close to home. Stick in London. Right, so great, we've got better at repairing ships already. That's brilliant. Okay, so we've made a couple of mates. Joe Cork, eh? And Christina Cork. Nice. So we've obviously met either a couple, Christy Cork, Christy and Joe maybe, or brother and sister. Doesn't easily show you that at the moment. Right, so now we can decide whether or not we want to take a training placement somewhere else. There's nothing really available locally. Oh, London Station where the wind are. Right, we're now a trainee mining engineer. Great, anyway, time to start the game. So we're still in London. Right, here we are. So this is us in our little ship. So now we don't have to stick with mining engineering. We can do anything we like, really. So we can go, for example, into Earth, go to the market and buy some stuff. We've got 300 bucks. Ooh, that's quite cheap. Water's cheap and food is cheap on Earth. So let's go for some water, food. You can see it's going up. Got a bit more space. Food is 500 grams. Let's go for 4. I can't afford 4 food. Okay, should probably sell one of those and buy water. Right. So now what we can do, and a reactor fuel. But then if I buy a reactor fuel, have I got space? Yes. Right. So I've got space on my ship. Spent all my money. Right, now I can leave the planet, and I can head off to, say, the moon. So I'll press 3 to boost my engines. Don't really need anything else at the moment. You can see my fuel is ticking down there. Might just turn off. Shields doesn't do anything anyway at the moment. Turn off guns and missiles. Save a bit of energy on running costs. Okay, got a bit of heat in my engines, but that's okay. That will cause damage eventually. Okay, here we go. Here's the moon. So now I should just be able to save. Let's just go in here. Okay, so now there's no one around at the moment. That's because I'm in the middle of changing it so that people live in cities rather than on the planet itself. So the AI hasn't been updated yet. Right, so now I can sell some of the stuff. So food I can sell, that's at a profit. Reactor fuel is actually at a slight profit. Water was definitely at a profit, so I'm now up to 250. Got the reactor fuel, so that's awesome. So I made a little bit of money. Basically, trading isn't going to make you loads of money, but it's something you can do. The idea is that you're going to be able to do missions. That's going to be the main way that you make money, I think, because I've decided this game is about trading a little bit, but that's kind of a classic thing. Yeah, but missions haven't been built yet, so that's my next thing. But I have got reactor fuel, which means that if I could find someone, there isn't anyone here at the moment, if I could find someone who potentially would trade equipment with me, then I would be able to kind of do something about that. But at the moment, like I said, I'm landing at the moon. So that's not brilliant. It needs to be Apollonia City, the moon. Something like that will be the place that, the way that we want this to work. And that's what I'm in the middle of doing so at the moment. So anyway, so other cool things, you can see the way that the reactors work at the bottom. The ships are quite carefully modelled, so you know you can turn. If you try and fire your guns, you can't fire them properly. If you turn off guns completely, you can see that firing your guns won't work. If you turn back guns back on, you'll start firing. Careful not to hit another ship. That would be bad. Let's see, I could probably head for, let's see if I can find system features. Yeah, the Venus orbit. So this is a particular jump gate that I'm heading towards here. You can see this purple smoke coming out of the jump gates. They pollute the atmosphere terribly, but people have not figured out what to do about that. Anyway, the jump gates are all a little bit unknown. I can zoom through there, head into hyperspace, and then I'll end up at Venus orbit. So just scoot out of here. Like I said, there's normally more ships flying about, but not at the moment. Sorry about the jerkiness on the stream. That's just because I'm streaming. I haven't figured out how to get the frame rate higher. So yeah. Right, so here's Venus. See, it's getting into the late afternoon and the planet is almost in shadow. But they'll have different things that I can buy and sell. So same list at the moment. It's quite a simple list. This is actually where reactor fuel is in short supply on Venus at the moment, so that's quite interesting. And food, I should have sold my food here. There's a lot more demand for pretty much everything in Venus, apart from precious metal. So metal and precious metal are cheap on Venus. So I could potentially buy some. Could I afford one more? I haven't quite got the space to store a couple of kilos, a couple of tons of precious metal. Yeah, I haven't quite got the space on this ship. There's no one around to trade my ship, trade off cargo and things like that with at the moment. So let's see, what else can I see here? Earth, I can jump to Mercury. So if I can sell my metal, I've got a feeling metal is going to be cheap at Mercury as well, but I can go and look. The main thing that I want to build in this game is missions. I'm really keen to get that in because I think that's a killer feature of the game. Right, and there I am. I'm starting a Kickstarter for this game in the new year. I was going to do it in December, but I was advised that that's a bad idea. Let's see, metal 133. No, it's still. I thought it'd be quite cheap. The idea is to expand this list of goods. I'm planning on doing that pretty soon, and also to make the kind of trading a bit more interesting. Having said that, I'm not sure trading is going to be a huge part of the game. Certainly, doing up your ship and flying missions is going to be one of the major ways. Or you could buy a massive trading ship and just trade huge amounts of things. That would be a good way of earning money, and it is going to be a good way of doing it. But it's probably not the